How is it that motherhood can be one of the most beautiful experiences of your life and also one of the most life changing? Not physically, completely. I don't think women are fully prepared for how much motherhood changes them. Because somewhere between pregnancy, birth, healing, sleep deprivation, and learning how to care for another human being, many mothers wake up one day and realize they don't quite feel like themselves anymore. Not because they've failed or something is wrong, but because something enormous just happened to them. And if you've ever looked in the mirror and wondered, who am I now? This conversation is for you. Because before motherhood, your life was mostly organized around you, your rhythms, your body, your time, your needs, your choices. And then slowly and all at once, everything changes. Your body changes in ways you can't fully comprehend until you're inside it. I remember standing in the shower during my third trimester, trying to remember the last time I had seen my feet. My fingertips felt so swollen and stretched, I felt like the skin could just split open at any moment. And people suddenly treated me differently too. Some people told me I was beautiful, and other people told me, you should really watch your weight. You should get a gym membership. Are you really that hungry? And it was strange because your body starts feeling less like yours, and it becomes something people comment on. They measure, evaluate, touch, discuss, and somehow all of that is normalized, like it's socially acceptable to comment. Then birth happens, and honestly, nothing could have prepared me for the sheer magnitude of it. I remember checking in for my C-section and the nurse smiling and saying, "Okay, queen, it's time to get into your birthday suit." And I laughed. But what I didn't realize yet was that inside the next 24 hours, I would not care who saw me naked anymore. Not the nurses, not the doctors, not anyone. Because at that point, I had just survived the single biggest experience of my entire life. My first surgery, my first time holding my daughter, my first time breastfeeding, my first night becoming someone's mother. And the thing about motherhood is that it happens while you're too mentally, physically, emotionally, and hormonally overwhelmed to even fully process what's happening to you. You're surviving it while you're inside it. And I think that's part of why so many women struggle afterward, because there's no real space to stop and say, something huge just happened to me. You just keep going, feeding, healing, functioning, not sleeping, learning, giving, holding. And somewhere inside all of that, you disappear a little too, or at least it feels that way. I remember standing in the hospital bathroom afterward, looking at myself in the mirror and genuinely not recognizing the woman looking back at me. Not because I wanted my old body back. Honestly, I don't even think that was the grief. It was deeper than that. I just didn't know who I was anymore. And no one really talks about that part, the identity part. The part where you become a completely different person while the world still expects you to function like nothing happened. But something did happen. Something life-changing. Because motherhood is almost every major life transition a human being can experience all at once. Your body changes, your hormones crash, relationships shift, your responsibilities change, your nervous system changes, priorities, freedom, identity, your entire life reorganizes itself around this fierce, overwhelming, all-consuming love for your child. And while all of that is happening, you're also trying to figure out how to exist inside this new version of yourself. That's a lot. That's not small. And I think mothers deserve far more grace than we're often given for that. Because while everyone is celebrating baby, there's also a woman being completely transformed right in front of them. And she needs care too. She needs witnessing too. Not because motherhood is bad, but because it's enormous. And I think many women quietly spend years trying to get back to themselves without realizing you were never meant to come back the same. Because motherhood changes you, not just your body, your capacity, your strength, your boundaries, your understanding of love, your understanding of yourself. And you start protecting your time differently, your energy differently, your worth differently. You realize how deeply you can love someone, how fiercely you can protect them, how much you're willing to sacrifice, and also how important it becomes to finally take care of yourself too. And I think that's the part of why so many mothers lose touch with themselves physically. Not because they're failing, but because motherhood trains women to monitor outward before inward. You stop noticing hunger, your exhaustion, your emotions, your tension. And there's actually a reason this happens to so many mothers. Your nervous system becomes heavily oriented outward, toward the baby, toward needs, anticipating, caregiving, toward making sure everyone else is okay first. And there's nothing wrong with that. But over time, many women slowly stop hearing themselves clearly while caring for everyone else. There's even a word for it. It's called interoception, which is basically your ability to notice what's happening inside your own body. Things like hunger, overwhelm, tightness in your chest, fatigue, emotions, breath, stress. And motherhood can pull women so far outward that they stop noticing those signals until their body is practically screaming for attention. You hold your bladder too long, you forget to eat, you push through the exhaustion. You don't realize how overwhelmed you are until suddenly you're crying over something tiny. Not because you're weak, but because your nervous system has been carrying an enormous amount for a very long time. And sometimes those emotions don't fully surface until much later, when things finally slow down. Finally slow down enough for your body to begin feeling what it never had time to process while it was surviving. And I think that part of healing, that disconnection, is not forcing yourself to become who you were before motherhood. It's slowly learning how to hear yourself again. Noticing when you're overwhelmed, when you're running on empty, when your body is tightening, when you need rest, when you need support, when you actually need someone to help you, and taking the help. And maybe even learning little by little that taking care of yourself doesn't make you less devoted to your child. It makes you someone worth caring for too. And honestly, I think women deserve to hear this more often. If motherhood changed you deeply, that does not mean something went wrong. Something significant happened to you. Something life-altering. Something beautiful and hard and sacred and overwhelming all at once. And maybe healing isn't about trying to become who you were before. Maybe it's about learning how to meet the woman you became with more compassion, more patience, more reverence. Because she survived something enormous. If this resonated with you, or you've been feeling a little disconnected from your body or yourself, the woman you become, there's a gentle practice waiting for you next. Tomorrow morning, I'm releasing a 15-minute companion reset called When You Don't Feel Like Yourself. Make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on so you don't miss that moment to reconnect. That practice is designed to help you reconnect not with who you were before motherhood, but with who you are right now. through gentle movement, breath, and a little space to listen inward again. And if you'd like more support like this, you can create your free portal at momaste.com. Inside, you'll find practices, reflections, free resources, and support for every season of motherhood. A place to come back to yourself a little at a time. You don't have to navigate all of this alone. I'm Victoria, and I'll see you again soon.